Hello and welcome to Only Frames. Today is the business end of the season and we have a double header for you. Two matches at the same time. You would have just seen the second one appear in the top right hand corner. Firstly, we have Jez versus Scott, which is second versus third in the Ramsgate Rail Pool League Invitational. And up currently in the top right hand corner, we have Chris, who won the league, versus Jodey, who was in fourth. Although Chris has won the league, it's still all to play for, as it's now becoming a knockout competition. And first plays fourth, second plays third. It's first to 5 frames, winner takes all. Let's get down to the action. Jez is currently at the table looking to take that one down to the bottom left. This is a real opportunity. 3 of his yellows are out in the open and they are potable, but he does have one tricky ball on that right hand rail. Can he take this one to the top right and get on that yellow early and really give himself a chance? But he screwed back. I'm surprised that he didn't roll it in to then take that one down to this tricky pocket and get it out of the way nice and early. But who am I to question this gentleman's shots? He absolutely trounced me in the league. I was like a lamb to slaughter. I got schooled. And if I'm honest, I bloody enjoyed it. But not moving that ball on the right hand side earlier could prove problematic as this frame unfolds. Jez can't really pot this ball and get on the yellow, so I think he's just going to take possession of the pocket, which he does. Whether he tried to pot that or not, we will never know. But he has rammed it in there and he has filled up that hole. And that's probably why Scott is smiling, as he loves his holes filled. Scott in his spare time does like to do a little bit of acting, and he'll take any role he can get. Today he is going to play the role of a reasonably good pool player, and he'll probably suck at it because this guy's an absolute turkey at the game. And he has got lucky. No way he would have played that. He would have probably been trying to stitch Jez one way or another. But you never know, that acting role he loves to play could be taking him on to a guy who actually plays attacking shots. That's 2 in the frame. I've not seen the likes this season. This guy is Mr. Pragmatic. He's Mr. Boring. He milks you more than a guy on Epstein's Island. What are we seeing here? Is he drunk? Do we need to get him tested? I don't know what is going on. This is a real chance. Has he got it in his locker? Let's find out. That's actually a pretty good shot. He developed his trickiest ball, but can he get position from one to the other? Will he just roll it in and really believe in himself that he can take the long pot on? He'd have liked that cue ball a bit further away from the cushion. This is a real tough pot. But he's rolled it in dead weight. He knows that Jez's last yellow is on that side cushion where it's been for some time. What a black! It's 1-0 Scott! Across we move to Chris versus Jodey. Chris finished top of the league and Jodey snuck into fourth because nobody else wanted it. People were throwing games at the end. Who am I to accuse them? Was I involved? Honestly, Judge, no, I wasn't. I wanted to be in the top 4 and not amongst the pigeons of the bottom 8. And Jodey is just absolutely chancing his arm. He's throwing the wing at it. Forget KFC. This guy's got more wings than anyone I know. Chris now looking to come off that top cushion. He knows he can showboat. He's playing a haddock and he pots one in there. And this first 8 ball to take a 1-0 lead. No one will be surprised. He's missed it. Wow, maybe he can't deal with the pressure. Chris has played with the luxury, knowing that he will win all season. He's amongst idiots, but all of a sudden he's missing balls that normally he wouldn't. But once again, Jodey the Samaritan offers him up an easy chance. Chris thinks he's Denzel Washington playing his role. But that is easy. One cushion. And it stayed up. He's hit it, but it stayed up. The gravity is turned off and he's giving Jodey another chance. But I'm sure Chris will be back at the table very shortly. Although Jodey will be happy to get back to the table and have another opportunity, an easy chance hasn't presented itself. And this cue ball isn't easy to find that first pot. Tries to pot one down to the bottom right. That wasn't easy. Hampered cueing long down the table and he has left it up. Not sure if Chris can see it or needs to come off the cushion. He could see it. That's 1-0. This could be a procession. Back to Scott versus Jez we go, with Scott at the table playing the red balls, which he sinks one up to the top left hand pocket. Scott today has been more attacking than I have ever seen him. Has he turned over a new leaf, or is this just a blip? Who knows? But that must have been a safety, because it was nowhere near the pot. He's given Jez a chance to get back to the table, but that 8 ball is not in an easy position. Jez will need to get creative to be able to pot it. What can he do? He's down on it. He's just flicked it out. Back in amongst them reds. Scott is going to be loving this. This guy's favourite colour is beige. His favourite sexual position is missionary, and his favourite film is The Shawshank Redemption, which is ironic as I'd swim through miles of crap to get away from the fella. He's so boring. Back to the action and the actual player who's going to attempt some pots throughout today. It's Jez, but once again, this is tricky. That's excellent. That's 1 each. Back to Chris versus Jodey we go. It is now 1-0 to Chris, but this once again is a lovely opportunity. Them red balls are everywhere. He's wearing his Boys Get Sad too, but he'll be nothing but happy with playing Jodey in the semi-final. It's basically a bye. Why couldn't I be in there? At least I'd have put up a fight. Jodey is known for being double hard. He's badged up at all times. He's double badged most of the time. But he's going to need to put up the fight of his life if he's going to win this game today. But this is an opportunity. Chris is missing balls that he doesn't usually miss. Is he nervous, or has he just taken his foot off the gas because he's playing a pigeon? That was nowhere near. Once again, Chris gets a chance to make it 2-0. Can he this time take it? He'll be relaxing every time he gets back to the table, knowing this is only a matter of time before it ends. This time he sinks it. No mistakes. It's 2-0 Chris. And back to the actual game we go with Jez at the table playing the yellow ones. These two players did me earlier in the season and it finished 4-4. That's a point apiece. Scott absolutely bored Jez into submission. The game was deader than a corpse and Scott couldn't have been happier. But once again, he's taking on pot. I can't believe my eyes. What is going on with this man? He's now taken on another and shows his true colours. What a prat. Giving Jez a chance to take a 2-1 lead. Jez now looking to take that yellow to the middle, but he does have a problem ball on the left-hand side of the table. It's currently touching the cushion. Will he look to deal with that as early as possible and learn from a mistake he made earlier today? Looking for a fine chip into the middle. He's missed it. He opened up the other two, but he's missed the pot, giving Scott a real gimme chance. Even Scott can take these ones out. They are all there. Nice little flick onto the red. He's left the plant. He'll pretend he played it. Can he make it? Yes, he can, but he's sent the red past the hole. He's left it tighter than he wanted to, but it still went. But still no position. He's begging it to go. Go, go, give me a better angle. Will he take it middle? Will he take it top? It looks like he's going to take it to the top. Is it in? He's nailed it. It's 2-1 to Scott, and back to the absolute cannon fodder of a match we have on table 2 running at the same time. Forget David versus Goliath. This is like Goliath versus David's nan, who's been dead for about 36 years. Chris is really just saying to Jodey, I don't believe you can pot 'em. And Jodey will not prove him wrong, I'm sure. He pots that one over the hole, but he has some problem balls. His yellows are tucked on the inside, one of them on the inside of the red, the other one nigh on touching the red, which is blocking the hole. What will he do here? Will he hit and hope? Will he try to touch it up? Woohoo! Wish he was touching me up. He's a good-looking boy, and he's managed to keep the red out. That was actually a pretty good shot, and he's left Chris with hampered queuing. But if Chris can hit this red, which I think he'll be able to do, he's left Jodey a bigger problem than he had before. He's further away. He's going to need the touch of an angel here to be able to lay up onto this yellow, which he cannot do. He doesn't know what a skill shot is. If he did, he wouldn't have been able to pull it off anyway. Giving Chris a shot and a visit, he's going to be able to clear that yellow out the hole and then be left with a couple of easy reds. He managed to not pot the yellow. Wow, that was impressive to keep that yellow out, but he has got lucky to be on that red to the middle with just one red remaining after this. Confidently dispatched. Long red though down to the bottom right hand pocket, all about position on the black. Gets a little nudge on it. Is he getting lucky? Yes, he has. He's managed to leave that in a potable position. It goes into the middle. It's 3-0. Chris needs 2 more, and back to the actual game we go of Jez versus Scott, with Jez at the table playing those red cherries to match his trainers. Unfortunately for Jez, that red does not pass the 8 ball down into the bottom right hand pocket, so he's laying it up. He's putting it close to come back later and finish it off. I wish he'd finish me off, and it wouldn't take long, I can promise you. It will be the best 3 seconds of my life. Scott, he's potted more balls today than he has all season. He's defying the odds. He's a changed man. Can a leopard change his spots? Well, I am showing all of you today they can. This is a new Scott, and I'll be the first to admit, I love it. I adore it. I would commentate on his games again for half the fee, because the rest of them has been as boring as hell. Can he pot 3 in a row for the first time this season? No, that was too much to ask. He's played a safety. He's pretending he didn't. He pretended he tried to play a cannon and pot the yellow. There is no chance he would have done that. And he's given Jez a chance. That's a long red. It's to the top left. It's gone in. He sunk it like that submarine with the rich people on only a couple of years ago. And now Jez, 1 red over the pocket. Just get on the 8 ball to make it Desmond. Can he do it? That's a very good shot indeed. He couldn't have played that much better. He's a bit closer than he would have liked, but that's a really good shot. It's Desmond, 2-2. Back to Chris versus Jodey we go, with Jodey at the table, and that is a Lou ball. For anyone who doesn't know what a Lou ball is, it's due to the fact that Lou, the dog, he has an absolute magic touch when it comes to putting that cue ball in a pocket. He can do it from anywhere on the table. Check out our other videos to find out why we call them a Lou ball. It's due to that magic touch he has. Chris now only needing 2 more frames to find himself a place in the final. This was 4 men, 2 semis, but can it become 2 men and 1 final crack at that cup? A lot of cracks, a lot of semis. That sounds like the perfect night in for me. Chris, though, he is currently snookered, and he looked to play that one into the middle. Couldn't make it. Can Jodey get a frame on the board? He's going to need to play the best of his life. This guy is known as the hard man of only frames. Sharks get in a cave to swim with him. But can he deliver on the biggest stage? He's gone for the double. He's made it. Has he got the angle? Can he win a frame? Will this be the greatest moment on Only Frames? No, it won't. He's a melt. What an ice cream. He is buckled under the pressure. That is embarrassing. That potentially could be in our worst shots of the month video, which is available on all of our socials, including Instagram, which is only.frames, and our TikTok channel, which is at onlyframes62, where we have a voting competition for our worst shots of the month. We also do our best shots of the month, but that isn't to the standard of our worst shots one. Back to the game we go, with Jez versus Scott. It's Desmond, and Jez is currently at the table looking to open up a 3-2 lead. We rejoin the action with Jez dispatching one nicely to the top right hand pocket, but these two aren't easy. He finds another ball on the cushion. These have been the bane of his life so far today, and it continues to do so. But that was a clever cue ball. He's left it tucked behind that 8 ball to make things a bit trickier for Scott. Can he see an edge? He could see it all. He's potted it. This is a real chance. 2 reds over the pocket. How is he going to stitch? Only time will tell, but when it comes to potting, this guy can't do it. He has crumbled like a cheap cookie. He has broken to pieces when it mattered most. Jezzo, unfortunate, can't get on that last yellow. He flicked off the 8-ball on the way through, trying to get position on that last yellow just off the cushion, which has left the cue ball short, making this a lot harder than it needs to be. This is a fine cut, and that's a fine shot. That is absolutely fantastic, and he's plumb on the 8-ball. This is to take the lead. This is for 3-2. It's 3-2 to Jez. Back to Chris versus Jodey we go. It's 4-0 to Chris. He needs one more to get his place into the final. And the fans, I'm sure, are wanting Jodey to win a frame. He finished top 4 this season, which defied the odds. And we think he deserves some reward for that. He's played well this season, but today hasn't been his best display of this season so far. He's better than this, Jodey, but the occasion has got to him. Maybe he isn't great around a semi. Who knows? He is a Tottenham fan. They don't often get there. So that could be the issue. Chris is broke. These yellows are all there. Is he going to be able to finish on a high with a dish? Who knows? Stay tuned. That yellow finds a heart of the bottom left-hand pocket, but he has overscrewed it. He's made it a bit trickier than it needed to be. He's checking his shoulder. That's always a good thing to do when Finn is in the area. Finn is playing on table 2 and will be joining us for season 2. When he's around, though, check your shoulders. Always keep one eye on him. He cannot be trusted. Chris now, 4 yellows, 1 8-ball between him and a place in the final. Chris has managed to regain control of that white ball, and I'm struggling to find any problems within this clearance. He is just checking his angles out, but Chris is not known for his positional play. If things can go wrong at any point whilst taking on a clearance, it's for Chris. He doesn't have control of that cue ball, but these are simple. Roll to the middle, that's in, 1 over that right-hand middle, and then it's only the 8-ball to contend with, and he can sense it that he has one hand on that trophy. 2 guys, 1 cup to follow. This is for the game, and for 5-0. It's over. Handshakes ensuing. Chris is laughing. He can't believe his luck that he drew Jodey in a semi-final. But we do go back to the actual match here. It's 3-2 Jez, and Jez is at the table playing the yellow, starting off with a lovely plant down to the bottom left-hand pocket. Jez, who remains at the table, will be looking to clear these balls, but the problem area is the 2 yellows next to each other. You needed to be over the right-hand side of the table to try and pot them into that middle, but they only really went into a pocket or 2. He's taken on the double, which ended up as a treble, but that's a good white ball, and he has sent the yellow towards the pocket, giving Scott a taste of his own medicine. How do you like it when it's done to you, you snooze fest? Scott, like Jodey this year, defied the odds, finishing in 3rd in the league. It shows pragmatism does pay off, but this is an easy escape. It's 1 cushion, it's up the rear. Ooh, that's how he likes it. But he has left Jez with a chance. Will he take that high red, the one towards the top of the table, up to that top right-hand pocket? If he does, and he can make the pot, these are all there, but it rattles. Oh no, this is a chance for Scott. Will he take it on, or will he look to play safe? I can't see a stitch here. He is going to find this difficult. He will be in a real quandary here. What should he do? He must take that one to the top left-hand pocket, surely. He's Hollywood in it. He's taking his time. Scott did recently appear in a film. He was in the remake of The Goonies. As you can probably tell, he played Sloth. Hey guys! And he has crumbled. What a melt. What is he doing? He doesn't know what day it is. He's never potted so many balls in his life. Can he continue this spree? Yes, he can. What a guy. Can he see the red? I believe he can. Just this red and the 8-ball to go to bring it back all square. This is tough though. This is his longest pot of the day. His others have been over the hole. Can he roll it in? It's 3-all. We join the action late in the 7th frame. The scores are tied. It's a race to 5, which has now become a best of 3. Who can win 2 frames and get themselves into a final against Chris? This is our inaugural season. Everybody wants to win this coveted prize. This will go down in the history books of Only Frames, and forevermore, in eternity, your name will remain on that trophy. Which of these guys wants it more? Only time will tell. Stay tuned with us. Let us know what you thought of this game in the comments. It has been a real nail-biter. Actually, a very good game. I'm surprised. I thought Scott was going to be boring today, but he has changed. He has been going for shots, and I, for one, have bloody enjoyed it. Scott really has changed my opinion of him. If anything, he's a better player for this. When he's attacking, he's enjoyable to watch. He's winning games. He drew so many this season, and basically people lost rather than him beat them. He has given Jez a chance here, but Scott is in control of that bottom right hand pocket. I can sense a little stitch coming up here, maybe a roll in behind the yellow, and once again give Scott a taste of his own medicine, but he's hit it too hard. Scott can see that red, I'm sure of it. He can play the plant. These are all there. Can he take a lead? 4-3. What odds would you have got before the game on this being the case? Who knows? He's managed to avoid the in off. The red's over the pocket. This is all about position. Can he get on the 8 ball? No. That was interesting. The adrenaline has got to him. Scott wouldn't have found himself in these kind of pressure situations too many times in his pool playing life. He was a journeyman. He's an also-ran. He's a lucky swine. No, he's not. It stayed out. It's over the hole, but these aren't easy. 2 yellows to go for Jez, but they're both on the bottom cushions. This is all about position, which he couldn't find. The cue ball, he's overhit that as well. He has given Scott a 4-3 lead. This is a roll-in, this for 4-3, and he nails it. Onto the 8th frame we go with Jez at the table. I think you'll all agree that this game deserves to have a final frame decider. It has been nip and tuck the whole way. Jez needs to win this frame. It is a first to 5, and we all want the drama. Like Ali Fraser, Messi versus Ronaldo. I can't pick a winner right now. Both of these men are winners in my eyes. But it's Jez who's currently at the table, looking to take the bull by the horns. I wish I was that bloody ball. And yes, only 3 yellows now stand between him and the 8 ball. Looking to plant this yellow onto the one over the bottom left. Can he find this? If he does, he should get position. But no, he can't get position on that tricky yellow. This is all about the positional play. He's got a gap of a few inches, which I know too well about. Has he found the edge? I'm not sure. He's covered his mouth like a Premier League footballer. He doesn't want us to know what he said. A little bit of swerve, his butt's in the air. Ooh! And he can't swerve round it. He has given Scott the chance to get himself into the final. Ball in hand. Will he take the opportunity to move this cue ball into a better position? These are all there. If ever Scott was going to put 3 balls in a row, now is the time to do it. This is for a place in the Ramsgate Rail Pool League Invitational Final. And he has folded like a deck chair. What a prat. He's left himself snookered. 1 cushion escape. He hits the 8 ball. It's going in. But so's the cue ball. Late drama. He thought he had got lucky, but it was not to be. The cue ball followed it in. That's the loss of frame. It's 4-4. We have a final frame decider. Scott thought he was there. He only has himself to blame. Can he recover from the adversity that he has just faced and managed to finally get himself over the line? I can't believe I have just seen this game has had more twists and turns than a roller coaster, and Scott will be looking to regroup as quickly as possible. He's playing reds in this frame. Jez is playing yellows. This is for a place in the final against Chris. It's first to 5. This is nail-biting stuff. I'm sure you guys at home are on the edge of your seats, as well am I. Who do you think will win this game? Who do you think deserves to win this game? Let us know in the comments. Will Chris be scared, having watched these two play pretty well throughout today? Will someone be able to dethrone him? Chris won the league, but will he be able to bring that form into the cup knockout situation? This has been a great game, and these two players are really showing that they can mix it with a big man, and Scott now is looking to capitalise and find himself through to the final. 3 reds to go. Jez has the 2 yellows, but that one on the right-hand side is going to prove tricky for Scott. Does it go? He'll certainly be looking to play it towards that hole. I can't believe he's hit it so hard. Why did he do that? That just shows pressure can really get to players on these occasions. And Scott was snookered anyway. He couldn't see his last ball. Why did he play it like that? And he has given Jez a real chance. He is bang straight on this yellow. Will he look to play with a little bit of screw to get himself better on that 8 ball? And he has, but the adrenaline has flown. I can't believe how far that cue ball has gone. These men are making simple mistakes that they haven't done this season. This for the game and for a place in the final. No, he's miscued it. He's completely hit the wrong part of the ball. He's disappointed. But what can Scott do? Will he look to stitch? The 8 ball is safe, so he could potentially go for something here and try and set up the occasion and come back to the table with the balls in a better position. He's played the double. That's close. That's in. Now, 1 red, 1 8 ball to go. Composure, taking his time, deep breath, thinking of England as he tries to send this last ball home. This is all about position, and he's cued it nice, but he's wrong side of the 8 ball. That's unlucky. That was a good attempt anywhere on the right hand side of the table and he would have had a chance. He's looking off the cushion. I can't believe my eyes. What are we seeing? It's stayed up. It's dropped, it's in! Oh my word, Scott has taken the game. What late drama. I didn't think he had it in his arsenal. What a game. It's finished 5-4 to Scott. He's through to the final.